Welcome back to my channel. My name is Temwa and today we will be talking about 3 adulting tips in Malawi. Like, hey, like growing up. You know, I think we had a topic in primary school where it was like growing up and ages. And like, hey, I think it was supposed to be like under like a life skill topic or something. I don't know, I don't really clearly remember. But today we're just talking about growing up in the warm heart of Africa, where things don't always come easy. So this video is for my country folk who are trying to make it. You know, have a Pinterest inspired house on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that struggle trying to find the right carpenter? Hey, who will not like show you gangster and who will not ish, this is what you order, this is what you get, horror stories, like none of that. So really, this is that video. And sometimes it be tough out here when you realize that your house does not come with curtains and pots and pans are really expensive, and then you realize that like you have to pay utility bills, like oh gasp. Anyways, so 3 tips for growing up, adulting, becoming the woman that you think you are or want to be, or the man that you think you want to be, or the man that you are becoming, whatever. So tip number 1: thou shalt not compare thyself to anybody. Like, don't do it. It's a trap. It is a trap. It is a trap. Like, I feel like we're living in a society where things have drastically changed with technology. So in the past there would be what you would call horizontal comparison, where like everybody in the same neighborhood, you like kind of had the same jobs, so your living standard was the same, so everyone kind of had the same type of TV, like same type of furniture. Like, it wouldn't be exactly the same, but like price range would be the same, you know what I mean? So if you lived in a neighborhood where everyone had DSTV, then it was like everyone has DSTV or like cable or like whatever, you know what I mean? And then like if you lived in a neighborhood where people lived in like 2-bedroom houses, that was you and all your neighbors and stuff. But like right now we're also experiencing a vertical comparison where we go online and then we see Kim Kardashian's house and we're like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing nothing with my life. Or like you go on the internet and you discover that like this 11-year-old YouTuber has made like $1 million or something, and just like I'm so useless. Like, you know, like those comparisons and then those voices and those thoughts. I'm not saying like well done to those people, like great for them, they're doing great, but like it affects the general population in the sense that if you don't know how to regulate yourself and like really just be like have the really just having the ability to like hone in everything else and say, hey, you know what, I'm happy for them. Their success does not mean my failure. Well done to them. And you just have to like keep your eyes on the sparrow, like keep your eyes on the ground and like what you have going on. Otherwise you can end up like depressed, anxious, and under pressure. So yeah, thou shalt not compare thyself to nobody. Hey, Mama said be yourself. Just mind your own business. Like, just mind your business. Like if your neighbor has, like, you know, when you're starting out and like sometimes like your neighbors with people who you kind of have the same jobs, but then they've been working a job longer than you, and it's just like you're having your first apartment or like whatever, and then like they have a flat screen TV, like the cute little L-shaped sectional sofa or whatever, and it's so cute up on Pinterest, and you're just there like, hey, yay, I want that. And then you're like, how did they get that? How did they get that? Maybe they had savings, like start your own savings, or like maybe took a loan. I don't have to get loans because like interest rate in Malawi is high, but like really just like learn to regulate are not them and they are not you. So don't be under pressure. Take your time. Do what you like. You're not under pressure to impress anybody's sons or daughters. Like, tip number 2. Tip number 2 is really invest. I know lots of people say like at this age you should be saving. Yes, I'm an advocate for saving, but like when you put that money away, you must invest it. So if you're my country people, there's Old Mutual, there's Nico, all these like investment companies that are there and available. Like you can hit up an agent, you can find out what policies they have, what sort of investment portfolios you can set up. If you really don't understand any of these things, go online, look it up, ask around, find someone who does, who can actually encourage you to do the right thing. Invest, because like, you know, if you are like me, I have like a 10-year plan to be rich Auntie Tim in like 2020 something. What year is this again? 2032. But 2032. Like yeah, I want to be rich Auntie Tim for sure. So have an investment plan. Like, you know that like you also like, I'm not saying like take crazy cuts out of your paycheck, but I am saying that take a reasonable amount out of it and invest it. Put some money away. I mean, like if your job was to end today, you should still have like some money to be able to go somewhere and like just be able to sustain yourself for like 3 months. That's just a rule of thumb that I go by. It doesn't have to be a fancy type of money. It could be like, I'm not going to mention an amount because like let me not put anyone under pressure. But just have that. We trust in God and God sustains us, but God also calls us to be wise. Hallelujah, church. Okay, so tip number 3 for adulting in Malawi is, oh, this is a tricky one. A more practical tip though is to DIY. So DIY in the sense that like really do your research on which carpenters are the best, because there are furniture manufacturing companies or businesses in Malawi, and like what you really need for your house, you want nice things. So it depends what type of money you get. If you get that blockbuster money, then go to those places. If your paycheck is a little flimsy, then find a good carpenter. Like really walk around, download your Pinterest inspired images, even like the ones that have like stages like on the how to. Get those ones, show them to your carpenter. You can follow through, find a smart carpenter though. You must really just gauge like level of understanding so that they can be able to execute the plan that is really set ahead of them. So really like know your region. Lilongwe has a lot of nice DIY potential carpenters as well. I found one here in Kwalagola. I know, right? But it's such a lovely man. Like he understands the mission. So I found one who understood the mission, and that's who I use. So everyone, find your carpenter. Take your time, find your carpenter. And also don't be afraid to mix and match styles within your house. Like if you're going to use Ken stools or like chairs or like whatever, use them wisely. Also have a plan in terms of furniture. So like are you okay, so this is budget versus like long term. Like are you officially moved out of your parents? Like have you officially moved out, like moved out, like you're never gonna go back to your parents' house? So like if that's you, then I'd suggest you get like long lasting furniture. Like save up for the things that you actually want, because I'm a big advocate for like get something you really like the first time, and don't like get something that you're like about it, and then like 6 months down the line you're still complaining. A year later you're like, I hate this fridge. So get a fridge that like you really like. Get appliances that you really like. The colors should be right. If you're into grays, if you're into blacks, no, like, you know, really make Pinterest your friend and like find a style that you like relate to, and make that happen, make that dream happen in your living space. Because because I believe that your living space is your sanctuary from like a crazy, like from all the crazy that happens outside in this world. Like your home should be somewhere where you're proud to be in, that you feel safe and sane. So those are my 3 tips. Comparison is not good. 2, save and invest. 3, well, 3 was kind of all over the place, but like good carpenter, Pinterest inspired ideas, and you know, so basically that's pretty much it. If you're the kid who can afford everything else, then just know how to use those Amazon searches well. Like, so I guess this is a bonus tip for if you got that money. So if you got that money, just really know how to do your search correctly, and also utilize the weekly deals that Amazon has, and don't be afraid to use other shopping sites like Shein and yeah, AliExpress. Yeah, but like you can use Amazon, eBay, check out who's selling what, check out the reviews. Reviews are always important, and like if it's something really big, make sure that the review pool is large enough. So I'm not talking about like 2 reviews, I'm talking about like 50. So yeah, so that you don't really get like 30 to 50. I always feel good about that, and the stars should always be like 4.5 and above if it's something like really expensive. So yeah, those are the tips for the year. Stay tuned for more content. Grace and peace.